Let's fire it up.
Cool.
Sweet.
How do you? Is there any kind of science to? Is this too far? Okay.
Yeah, it was a little far. I think
Okay.
like that'll be perfect.
Okay. Cool.
You want to test Tyler, or he's good?
Cool.
Sweet.
Great.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Son of a Boy Dad podcast. Today it is, it's March 11th, and we're here live from HQ3, and we're joined with our guests.
Harrison and Dylan, who honestly we've been cooing about neighbors for a minute.
Worst neighbor ever.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
So we're just we're pretty psyched to have you in. Honestly, I can't believe that it came together this quickly and this fortuitously for us. But hey, good work.
Hey, thanks.
Oh yeah, we're big fans. We love the show.
It's a treat.
Oh,
Thanks for having us here.
treat.
This is cool.
Yeah, of course.
Have you guys done any podcasts?
We've done.
I saw you guys on a Zoom call. I saw you you were on a Zoom, I think, right? And I saw you guys on a red carpet also.
Yeah. I'm glad you're keeping tabs.
Thank you.
We've done a couple.
We've done a couple.
Yeah.
We're still learning.
Cool.
But-
Well, this one will not add any value.
This will kind of unlearn.
Use this as a training mechanism for other pods you might do.
Cool,
Great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Not even really, because you're not going to pick up anything here that you'll be able to take to anywhere else.
Yeah.
I
Right.
think it's pretty individual of an experience. It's pretty pretty
No,
dumb.
you guys are cool. I think
Yeah,
we'll
you guys
learn
are good.
something.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm learning now.
I didn't know that you're a Philly guy.
I'm a Philly guy.
Whereabouts are in the Philly area?
So
are you from?
my dad has always lived in Center City, and then my mom lives in the suburbs.
Oh hell
of
yeah!
Lower Marion.
Yeah, I went to Waldron, which is in Lower Marion.
That's
Waldron Mercy
crazy.
Academy.
What
Yeah.
the hell?
Yeah, isn't that fucking nuts?
That's nuts.
Yeah,
You
well-
like Philly?
I love it. I think it's one of the better, like one of the top 6 cities in the union.
Yes.
Dude, totally.
Don't you think?
Totally.
Where are
No,
you from?
I'm from the Bay Area.
So what do you think about? I mean, I think that San Fran is one of the top 6 cities.
I
in
would
the
agree.
union.
I would agree.
Yeah, San
I think
Fran's
it's.
great.
I think it's dropped a tad over the years.
Really?
I think it's on the decline. But-
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Because I feel like that's what everyone says, but then people that are from there are like,
Yeah.
no, it's actually the greatest.
No. I think it just like I grew up there right before all just tech took over San Francisco and the Bay Area.
Yeah.
And it just has since just become this like kind of just, I don't know, like just dudes who wear Patagonia vests and like it's super sterile and just, I don't know. It lost the edge that it had.
Yeah.
It sucks.
The artsy sort of,
Yeah,
protesty type thing.
The hippies.
Right,
Yeah,
right. The
they're-
hippies. Where the hippies go.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
Where the
that
hippies go. Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you go to Chestnut Street and the bars and stuff like that, I mean, the social life there is a little insipid and really, really heavily male.
Mhm.
It was my
Oh,
experience.
it's a lot of dudes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Isn't that the
Not
gay?
that
The gay? Is that the gay district?
No,
Oh, I thought you
no.
were
That's the
just-
tenderloin, right?
Got it.
Or no, is the tenderloin gay?
No. Well, possibly. I think it's more. It's
Not nominally.
Telegraph Hill.
Oh God, where is it? How am I forgetting the name? Of
We
it?
did a walk around San Francisco, and there's 3 dudes that were standing outside, ass naked, sunning their dicks, and apparently they've been doing it. The same 3 dudes for like 20 plus years.
Wow.
They're just
I mean, their
like,
dicks must be fucking sunned,
Scathed.
properly sunned.
It feels really good.
Really?
Yeah, it feels amazing. It feels
We've
amazing.
done
Have you
some,
guys
dude.
ever done that?
I don't think my dick has ever seen sunlight.
It's like a vampire. It's like
I don't think my dick has ever seen electric lamplight.
Dude, guys,
They gotta try
sun
it.
them. Yeah,
Yeah, it feels
definitely.
great.
I think it's really good for you.
It probably is.
It's
I mean,
really-
I've heard of sunning your asshole is the
Right.
most efficient way to absorb vitamin C. I think
I believe it would be D.
D. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not a beer? But it's a beer.
Oh, drinking orange juice through your asshole is the fastest way to get
Right.
vitamin
Sunny
C.
D.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that seems tough.
Right.
You need a funnel.
You need a funnel and you need the ability to swallow.
Right.
Right.
I think people can gulp. I think that it is possible.
It would make more sense to eat out of your ass than your mouth.
Oh, totally.
I
right?
wish that, yeah, right.
Yeah,
I
and then you
figured
just
it'd
shit
be-
it right out, right
You shit
after.
it- yeah.
Wait, you're saying the
Kinda
same
just-
hole? That just
Yeah.
goes like,
Yeah, suck it
Yeah.
up and push it out.
Boy, you guys
Yeah.
picked this up quick. Didn't take long. Welcome to Son of a Boy Dad.
Yeah.
No, I think that would be way more efficient.
Well, there's something disgusting about eating it. There's something, if you think about it too hard, you know what I
eating
mean?
out of
Yeah.
the thing you kiss with.
Yeah,
The thing you like kiss
exactly.
your babies with.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, then you could eat way healthier too because you don't have any taste buds. Like
Yeah.
Right.
No, there are taste buds on your asshole.
No.
Oh, yeah, I think you did say that.
I've said this before. Matt, can you just confirm that there are taste
Yeah,
buds on your asshole?
let's
Because I'm just
his
about
name?
Mac.
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 Mac,
Thank you, Mac.
Hurry up, man.
I'm asking, but I'm positive that there are taste buds on your asshole.
Really?
What?
Yes, at the second. So
Really?
Well, it's just interesting. I mean, I might try that
golly.
later.
Good God.
So if I were to throw like some hot sauce on my balls when I get home after this, would I be able to be?
I think you can
Yes.
do the Pepsi
Yes, you
challenge
should
with
do
your
that.
asshole. I
Yes.
think you discerning assholes can taste the difference between Pepsi and the other brands.
yeah. That's the Chick-fil-A Diet Coke.
A little bit watered down, but yeah, dude, we're obsessed with the show, and it's four episodes out right now.
That's right.
And it's for people that don't know. How would you guys best describe it? Because I don't want to assume that everybody who's listening to this has watched it. So how would you guys term your project that you're working on?
I mean, it's basically simply put a docu-series where we follow real people around the country dealing with neighbor disputes in real time. And I think we really were obsessed with like having it happen, just unfolding before you. You know what I mean? Like in real time. I think there's a lot of documentaries and stuff that are really like in the past and it's with archival, but I think we were just excited about really following people in the middle of one of these things hardcore.
If you can't say the answer to this, excuse me, but are you going to show resolutions to each episode? Are we coming back to some of these characters later?
What do you think?
Don't answer it. I'm so curious.
Yeah.
And I've through one episode have fallen in love with some of these people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Do you mean like on another season, or do you mean in the season currently right here?
sure, whatever you feel you could answer.
Right.
Interesting.
That's interesting.
Well, I think
That's interesting.
I think
Never
what
mind.
you
Yeah.
see in the episode is really what we have right now.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Have I just? Certainly, I haven't given you the idea for a new season. We could go back.
Yeah,
to
Harrison, we
these
got to write
people.
that down.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll be right back.
Yeah.
What's funny, a lot of people online are being like, they want to see more of these people. And I think like to us, we were like, I don't know. We would love to too.
It felt as if you sort of cliff hung us a bit, certainly on episode 2, I think, where it's the farm guy in the residential neighborhood. And he's like, I'm not going to pay attention to this town hall voting thing. I'm going to get more animals.
He's just going to keep going, right?
And like you dangled that for me, and I was like, oh, this is not resolved at all. Yeah. So
you get like you get obsessed with the characters really quickly, and I think it's a lot of it is because it feels really real, and I think a lot of it is like there's at one point I think in like episode 3 it almost feels like dangerous. Like you guys were almost like threatened. Who was it? The really sexy dude,
the Ellen DeGeneres fan.
Yeah,
Johnny.
who
Johnny,
who was
Johnny.
like, and I don't want to keep on assuming that everybody has seen it, but so what his dispute was that he.
His Vietnam vet neighbor.
Right,
They both think they're spying on each other.
Yes.
Right.
And the vet has set up like legitimate fucking weird artistic cameras
Yep.
Yeah.
with cranes and stuff to look over his fence, I assume. And then Johnny is just constantly taking photographs. I mean, his whole life.
He's ultimately an artist.
He is. When
He's
he showed
ultimately a
us
photographer. Yeah.
his photography is like unbelievable.
Come on.
I'm not kidding.
The ones you selected to show us, there's a lizard mating. There's frogs mating.
He has an eye. Okay?
I was like, he's not framing that. He's just capturing it to share with people.
Right.
You know?
Right. The first time he had 4 yolks.
Yeah.
Or
exactly.
with 2 yolks in it.
I was
double yolk.
crying. At the
Weirdly,
way.
that like was really like poignant. You know what I mean? Like, because like I feel like everybody cracks a yolk and there's 2 or an egg and has 2 yolks in it, and you're like, fuck, like does this mean something?
That's
You know?
That's
Right
really
after that
important.
episode, my wife was she cracked a fresh 12, and every single egg was double.
No.
Oh,
Really?
24. I swear to God.
24
It has to
Take like a video of
24
that.
yolks. No, I mean, but I think that speaks to it. Like, that's the kind of thing you want to share, but it's like a little bit too small to share. But
Yeah.
I mean, if you get all 12 are doubled, that's like you got to call somebody.
Yeah, that's an emergency, dude.
GMO
It makes
thing.
me concerned. Exactly. It makes
Yeah.
me concerned about.
What's happening at the farm?
Yeah.
Yes.
What is going on at that farm?
Yes.
Or what sort of magic is in her fingertips? She is the mother of twins.
Exactly, and we have twins. Yeah, that's fun. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's so deep. But so
Like a
in
Midas of
Of doubles.
multiplying.
twins, yeah.
No way. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, she
I
might
don't
be
know.
good. Yeah.
That's where
Not
my
to
head
get
went.
weird on
Yeah.
you.
Midas
guy.
of multiplying. That's nuts.
I'm telling you that box was sold as 12 single yolks. And then it came through your
So is her
threshold,
box,
all
and
of a
then
sudden-
suddenly there's two. But so Johnny there's a scene, and you guys aren't featured in any of this, but then there's a scene where Johnny's basically paranoid, thinking that you guys are setting him up, or what was his thought? Like, and you guys kind of had to talk him off the ledge, and then he was like he was basically threatening you.
Yeah.
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 What was the threat? How do you say
He said, I don't have children, and you guys are going to go out and have children. And then they were like, well, what do you mean by that? Which was good on you to dig for clarity.
Thank you. Yeah.
And-
Well, just keep going.
I can't stop. I'm answering this for you guys.
Keep going.
nice,
I
but
like
it's
this.
awesome.
Well, you really know the
You really
quotes from the
understand the
show.
show.
I watched
Yeah.
it last night.
Okay, cool.
It's fresh. And then he goes, well, that I would threaten to kill your children. And he like verified himself.
Yeah.
His
Yeah.
own.
He could
No
have
ambiguity.
did a veiled threat, and then he unveiled the threat.
And then he very quickly was like, that's what he's been doing to me, which I didn't. Did you feel that was just like a cop out, or was he actually that quick to come up with an example, an illustration of what he's suffered for so long?
He's very quick. And I think he realized what had happened and wanted to immediately bring it back to his neighbor.
Yeah.
Because he was like, oh God, they're here for that. And that's why I want them here. So I got to bring it back to that as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Like it was with Johnny, there was like, it's really not the case with most of our subjects, but with Johnny, there was like a power play where he was like, you're here for me and I want you to help bring attention to this so that my neighbor can go to jail.
Yeah.
And so he really wanted something from us. And of course we were there to document him. And there's like, at one point it's not in it, but he like took out his camera and started filming us.
Yeah.
And he was like, I can film you guys too. And just like filmed us and was like, what's your name? What's your name? What's your name? And it was like, it was really intense.
Yeah, he was constantly filming us too.
It was like, we were like this. And I was like,
This
this
is
feels
crazy.
horrible. And I'm like, oh, right. And we're doing that to you.
Right. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, I hate this.
Anytime a subject would start filming us, it was like, ooh.
Oh,
But then
yeah.
we were like, right.
Right.
Like, you know.
Right. This is what we do as a job. Yeah.
It's like when like First Amendment auditors are like out in the world, and someone like rushes up to them with a camera. But also he acquiesced to this. Like he signed up for this. No.
Johnny, you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
totally.
did. And he wanted help for his situation. So I think with that like threat thing, I think it's like the most extreme example of someone who is within one of these things and is just becoming so paranoid. Like I think that like just his sort of worldview is becoming sort of more and more warped. And so I think, yeah, I don't know. We were pushing him on it too because like I think like usually we cut that stuff out too when we were like kind of like trying to peel back the layers. But with that one, we were like, man, it's so interesting.
Yeah, that was.
So,
Sorry, go ahead.
oh, I was gonna, when you guys do this, is it just you two that go and film?
So it's me and Dylan, and then it's my brother Sam. He runs the other camera. I run another camera. So we're 2 cameras, and then Dylan does sound. And then we have our field producer. His name is Andy Roos. And that's it on the ground.
So did you guys do this like did you film this and then it's A24 that picked it up, right?
That's right.
And then
that's right. Shout out to A24, best production company. They didn't tell us to say that.
So did you guys film this and then bring it to them, or did you go to them and be like, we have this idea, and they were like, we'll help you make it?
Well,
you don't have to give all the details.
No. We could do the whole story. You want to start?
Yeah, we got basically our friend Steve Smith, who's a filmmaker and designer. He reached out to us and basically was like, I'm working for this company, Brain Dead, that makes like merch and like
the clothing company.
Yeah, the clothing company. Yeah. So Brain Dead at that time was giving money towards like proof of concept like things. And so he was like, do you have an idea for a show? And so we were like, yeah, I mean, me and Harrison had watched a lot of Harrison's brother Sam had made like a YouTube comp of like insane neighbor disputes. We're like, this is wild.
Yeah.
And then we were trying to make our own like fake ones to make it seem like they were real and whatever. And then
we made these videos and we uploaded onto like YouTube and LiveLeak when LiveLeak was still around.
Yeah.
And we were trying to convince people they were real, but no one
believed us.
Yeah.
No one believed us. And we were like, ultimately real is better.
Yeah.
We should just actually document real ones. And so, and it was also like over COVID, this sort of started to come together and we were just watching people fight online all the time. It was just like Karen fights, like people screaming at each other in parking lots, mask stuff, you know? So it was just like something here is really interesting. And then we got some money from Brain Dead and we made a pilot, which is the 3rd episode. It's the Johnny episode.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
we made that in 2021.
We made it in 2021, yeah. And we just did it on our own. Like we had no idea how to make a show.
Yeah.
We'd never done anything like it before. And we just went down there and lived with Harrison's grandparents. And we just went and made that episode just on our own. And then we brought on Central, which is Josh Safdie's company with Eli Bush and JP. And so they saw our deck and saw that and were like, this is awesome. And then they brought it to A24. And then, you know, it just sort of
that's
went
awesome.
from there.
You had that pilot in 2021. So you were shopping this and being Hollywoodized for 4 fucking years?
Well, it's hard because this kind of like, I think it's hard to sell a TV show. And it's like, I think the market right now is a little conservative of like, it's just hard to get something off the ground. So I think we had this amazing pilot that we loved. And, you know, our sort of higher level producers loved it. And I think they were just waiting for the right time to like.
Right moment.
But that's what they always fucking tell you.
Yeah, that is
right.
true.
The fact it came true for you guys has to like, it makes like you must believe in the world because of that. Like for everybody else.
In God now. Yeah. I'm a God-fearing man. And you know what's crazy is when we made the pilot, when we were casting the pilot, we on Craigslist wrote, this is for an HBO show, even though it was not HBO for the next, 3 years.
We just made that up because no one was going to take it seriously.
Yeah.
They're like, these guys are creeps. Why are they wanting people to film? It's like on Craigslist. Like, what is this? We were like, oh, it's an HBO show.
Yeah.
That's unreal. So you guys put Craigslist ads that's unreal.
Yeah, that's how we found both of those stories kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're both from Craigslist.
How many submissions did you get?
Thousands, probably.
Thousands.
I was
Over the
gonna
course
say,
of the season.
thousands.
Yeah.
Because
submissions.
the ones you found are, the level of delusion and eccentricity on both sides. That's what I love about the show.
It's balanced.
Yeah.
You present as if, well, clearly these people are in the wrong and these people are in the right. And then halfway through the episode, you're like, but hold on a second. The guy we thought was in the right has been watching Ellen DeGeneres live for every day for 10 years. Or like you start presenting these little things.
I think that's the genius of it too.
Yeah.
Like the way that you guys, the speed at which the edit happens and then the way that you guys reveal details is so fucking funny. Cause out of nowhere, someone you thought was like pretty rational is like going to like a crystal facility or something like that. Or has like
the sound, the woman's manager in the episode. She's got the cats.
Jean.
Yes,
Yeah.
Philly.
Jean.
The
Yeah,
cats.
Philly.
Dude,
story.
exactly.
Yeah.
That woman and
I was pro the cat lady. Just
You were?
Oh yeah,
All right.
I was on the cat lady side.
Why?
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
I love
Yeah.
cats.
Cool.
Okay, for sure, dude.
But they were running roughshod around the neighborhood, shitting them up.
They weren't doing.
I thought that was the. I thought that was the one where the victims of that the family who was being terrorized by the cats seemed the most rational.
I
The best case
understood
of
why
ending
they were
the
mad,
episodes.
but it's just so funny to me to like walk outside and see a bunch of cats and just be fucking furious. It's like these goddamn cats.
Yeah, if you're a cat person, it's like cat.
Yeah.
Jean's right.
Yeah.
you know?
Right.
The more the
Yeah.
merrier.
But he had never had a house
Get
though.
more cats.
It was his first house. He's probably excited to have a house, and then
Yeah.
he's living in
Yeah.
fucking.
he'd
Lot
been
of
in
cats.
prison.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He was in prison.
Folks, Son of a Boy Dad is brought to you by Stella Blue Coffee. You guys all know that I am on a coffee journey to fill the hole in my heart, and Stella Blue is my bean of choice. I love Stella Blue coffee.
You mind if I just jump in here real quick?
guess so.
I'm a personal fan of the Big Cat Medium Roast. Genuinely one of the best coffees I've ever had. That's what I was just drinking during the episode.
Okay.
Just felt like I would give my personal endorsement.
Yeah.
I thought Francis was doing fine.
I was on a roll.
Well, when I've got a personal endorsement, I like to get it out there.
Where was I? Stella Blue. Okay. Right now, Stella Blue Coffee is doing their golden mug. One winner will get 2 tickets to the men's college basketball national championship. But that's not all. 9 other winners will receive a Barstool Chicago HQ experience with one friend. Buy anything on StellaBlueCoffee.com from Wednesday, March 11th to Friday, March 13th to get entered. Buying cans will count as 10x entries. These lattes are made with 100% Colombian coffee. Each can is a good source of protein and comes in 2 smooth flavors, espresso cafe mocha and espresso sweet cream. I had a long conversation with Big Cat when he was launching Stella Blue about where he sourced the beans. And I'll tell you what, these are good beans. These are big time beans. They did the work, and there's a reason that this is one of the best sort of in-house brands we have at Barstool. Don't forget, buy anything on StellaBlueCoffee.com from Wednesday, March 11th to Friday, March 13th to get entered to win 2 tickets to the men's college basketball national championship. Did you guys have anything to do with them getting cast on Judge Judy?
No.
Picked up?
No.
Because that was
That was just a
was
development
an
that
act of
happened
God.
naturally in the course. You'd already selected them, and then that happened.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because like people, it feels like, there's like a few different routes that you can take if you have a neighbor dispute. Like you obviously call the police and they tell you that, the police just can't do anything. They're like,
Yeah.
this is a civil matter. I'm sorry. Like deal with your neighbor. You can sue them and go to court, and then you can also just go on Judge Judy, which is like
Right.
truly people do that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
which is why we thought it was so interesting. Like, this is that it just makes that show also just feel more real.
Yeah, totally. Well, because it's also like we wanted the show to have all these different ways in which people tried to resolve the neighbor dispute and ultimately fail.
Yeah.
But to have one of those be going on a judge show felt apt, because it's like we were constantly like on Judge Judy. There are tons of neighbor disputes. Like
Yeah.
it's like a quarter of what goes on Judge
Yeah,
Judy are
yeah.
like neighbor disputes, because it all is in it all goes into small claims or whatever. It's where like that feels like an important texture to add into the sort of world of neighbor disputes.
So
And
did
we
you guys
found-
get to go to the judge? You guys got to see Judy?
No, they
No.
tried. They
Yeah,
had
yeah,
the-
you got-
they
you got
stopped
turned
them
away.
at the
Oh,
light.
yeah, yeah,
They
we
had
got
the
just totally
meta glasses
spiked.
on or whatever.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
we were like, damn, like this was a bad idea to do
Yeah.
this story. We were like, the whole time we were like, we're gonna film Judge Judy, and then it like got to that point. It's like, well, how the fuck are we gonna film Judge Judy? They're gonna let us into Judge Judy.
we
with our-
were like, how do you even get in? You can't just go to Judge Judy.
Especially it's like a show
It's
that's
a show.
already being
Yes.
produced.
But
Yeah.
I didn't think it lost anything by not showing.
No,
You're just like
no.
filming your shadow in the parking lot, walking away. I thought that
Them
was,
leaving and like when the exit interview of like, what is it, her sister or something, where she's like, that went bad.
Oh, it's a friend. yeah.
And she was like, I knew that wasn't gonna go well.
Yeah, that was like the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, but it was all, you ended it so nicely for her by like having her meet with this producer producer that she's been keen to meet with forever. And that was hysterical, where he was like, my brain can't take any more information.
Yeah. I think we get excited. I think like the more that we were making the show, the more we were excited to like as much as we can make it like not actually about the neighbor dispute, sort of the funnier and cooler it became to us, you know, like those diversions were like just so exciting, you know?
Oh man.
Yeah, it's so great. How much footage? Because it's like it's like 25-minute episodes, 30-minute episodes. 30-minute episodes. And so, but it's 2 storylines. So like 15 minutes per storyline.
Yep.
And so how much footage are you taking down to 15 minutes? Because it goes fast, which makes it very digestible, especially for my dumbass fucking TikTok brain. But I think that
we did that on purpose.
Yeah, obviously.
Because our brains are totally fried. We're like, we're bored. Cut it. Like, we're just, we're equally as fried, and that's why the show looks like that.
So is it like, I mean, it's got to be like days of footage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, we shot pretty much every day around 6 hours to 8 hours a day for 2 to 3 weeks per story.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a lot of footage. Yeah.
We live with them like the whole time, and we don't shoot, which honestly if we get a season 2, we might have to change, but like we don't really like we really embed ourselves in their lives, and we don't do like really days off with them either. We're just like with them for like
everything.
Yeah. Like 2 or 3 weeks. They're like, oh, I got to go to the pharmacy. It's like, oh, can we come with you?
Yeah.
Is there like moments when you're with them for the 2 to 3 weeks where you're like this is it? This is what we've been waiting for? And it like all finally just like
when the
comes
woman's like
crashing down.
throwing the fucking
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, are
was a
you
big
guys
moment.
going nuts when that you're like, this is gold?
Yeah.
That moment in particular, when she's throwing the bushes, we were like, because we also, you know, it was the first one we were making. So we were like, thank God, this is, I mean, it was insane. Yeah.
Does anyone like ham it up for the camera?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, or are they? That's just their natural state.
Are they being performative at all?
You know, that's like something we're constantly trying to figure out while we're making it, is like, and then at a certain point we stop caring, because we're just like, you know, it is hard to know if the camera's changing them somehow. Like, there's no doubt there's some impact.
Yeah.
But it's just hard to know how much. And so we kind of just go in there and just be like, whatever happens is real.
Yeah.
You know, and like, and whether you want to, whether they're hamming it up or not, it's, you know, it's on them. But yeah.
When you get her to admit that she sold her kids piss to help her friends get out of like parole violations, Mike, you had a moment where she was like, "Can I tell them that you used my son's piss?" And he's like, "Oh no, absolutely not." How do you get to use that? Have they all signed releases?
Everyone signs releases.
Everyone signs a release.
Unbelievable. So you just
release.
hot mic'd that guy.
He just had his
himself.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It was our Jinx moment. You ever watch the Jinx?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's our Jinx moment. I killed them all.
Killed them all. Yeah.
I pissed them all. I pissed on them all.
Used all the kids. Used them
every
all.
kid piss.
Of course I did.
Yeah, I think, you know, Dylan, we co-direct the show, but Dylan does sound, I do camera. So Dylan has like, it's like a whole other
it's a world. Yeah, it's
just
a whole other
audio,
world.
just hearing what people in the bathroom like anything, or like Dylan's like a mile ahead of us, being like, guys, like, yeah, they're actually freaking out right now. Like, I think we're gonna have to end the day early. And we're like, what? They were so down. Like, you know.
Yeah, they'll you know, we'll like be like, you know, we'll show up and start filming like, oh, it's so good to see you guys, and then they'll be mic'd and they'll go away and be like, these fucking damn it. Oh, I'm so tired of this shit. Like, Harrison, I think we're gonna have a limited day.
Week 5 and you're just there still.
That's so funny.
And I know I've heard in interviews you guys are like, we don't want to punch down, but you do sometimes cook them in the edit. Like there was the guy in episode 4.
I don't know what you're talking about.
In episode 4,
I haven't seen episode 4 yet.
In episode 4, it's not going to give it away,
spoilers.
but there's a guy who's like, I've strayed from my party a little bit, so they call me a Republican in name only, so I bought this here picture, and like they call me a rhino, so I got this picture, and it's just like a picture of an elephant. And you just leave it on, like the edit just like lingers on it for just a second, so everybody can get that. Right.
The pause you held on the guy, the farmer guy, who was like, well, I don't know if I should say this. She did OnlyFans, and it was awesome. I was at parties with fucking Jamie Foxx and like all these hot chicks, and like just he's just hanging himself while his pregnant wife's down the hall, being like, right.
Yeah, you know, and I think like I mean, we're pretty like militant in the edit about keeping things in. They really have to like function or like reveal something about the person that like complicates it, you know. And I think like that OnlyFans stuff was important to us also. I mean, it's a really funny moment. That pause is like amazing, and we love the. I mean, it's really rare to actually get those kind of pauses because usually they start talking immediately after. So we always keep it in. But I think like, you know, I think that OnlyFans stuff is funny, but it's also like it deepens why he's, you know, doing this farm and stuff, which was so exciting, you know, and something that you wouldn't know if you just like saw it in the news, how we saw it initially, you know?
Yeah, like when we found the story, we had no idea that he had done OnlyFans. Like it was in the local newspaper that there was like a dispute over a farm in front of some person's front lawn. We're like, this is interesting. And then as we got to know him, he basically was like, you know, I wanted to start a new chapter in my life. You know, I did some stuff in the past that I want to move on from. And we're like, what stuff?
Yeah,
you know?
It's so awesome to be like, you know, it's funny. You film with these people and then we go back to our Airbnb or wherever we're staying and we're just like, what was that?
Yeah, what was talking about?
The hardest I've laughed in the whole show by far. I had to pause it to like catch my breath and then go back and watch it again. Is when it's that storyline and I'm assuming the gay neighbor who is fed up with him notices the rack for the 50 pheasants. And the way you put that edit in as it's dawning on him, he's like, what do you think that rack's for? Like, collecting eggs. 50 pheasants. I was in fucking tears. I was gasping at that. And that was the moment where I was like, oh, they're definitely going to follow up on this story because this guy is not abiding whatsoever. He's broadening his menagerie.
He's building.
He's
building.
Yeah, that I mean, that killed us too. I mean, it also is just funny that he says, what the frick?
Yeah. Totally.
Just for some reason. It's just so funny. We film so much and very rarely are we filming and we look at each other like, aha, this is really funny. It's like in the edit room that we're watching and we're like, what?
Yeah.
Like because we're basically falling asleep sometimes when we're filming. You know what I mean? Because it's like so long.
Yeah.
Because this is their lives. It's just like, this is how they're living. So it's not even absurd to them. Like, it's just like, this is their constant state that they're in. And then once you like can like get every little moment lined up like that, it's what makes it amazing. What were you guys doing before you got successful at this? Before you fucking started killing it at this? Like, just making movies, we were
making like internet videos basically.
Yeah.
Just like, I mean, you know, making stuff. We were, me and Harrison, we're living in Florida, Miami. And we were working with this like sort of film collective down there, and we were just basically making stuff and like, you know, I don't know, like comedy internet videos that no one watched, and basically cut our teeth doing that. And then, and then sort of COVID happened. We had an opportunity to go make a pilot. I had done like, you know, my dad was a documentary filmmaker. So I kind of like, and I, you know, helped on his stuff, and I'd done some doc stuff in the past, but like nothing that was at all substantial. You know, it was just like, I don't know, just making internet videos basically.
Yeah, to put on Instagram, honestly.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
just
it was
funny
like Instagram
videos and
shit,
you know stuff like that. I tried to get them into film festivals and no one
wanted that.
No one wanted that.
No one wanted that.
But then we also I did music videos and like commercial stuff.
Is there money in music videos?
No,
right?
No, and it's a lot of
everybody
work.
wants them for free. Like
Yeah.
every artist wants
Oh,
them
yeah.
for free.
I know. It's really like a bad game to get into, I think.
It's bad.
And it's not, and it's, you know, with music videos too, is like if you're a director, it's like I feel like it gets to the point where like you're just, you know, it's really in service of the artist. And so if you really don't like the artist, but you're making the video, it's just like, I don't know. It sucks.
Yeah, that's tough. Like
Fuck
rap videos, or
I mean, I would do a rap video. I mean, you know,
gladly.
if it was someone
Absolutely.
cool. Yeah. No, but yeah, music videos, you know, I don't know.
I mean, I can't think of the last time I sat down at the computer. Like, I want to watch a music video. Like, they're dead.
Yeah.
Like, no
they're
one
dead.
does that.
Sad to
Yeah.
say. They used to rule. It used to be awesome.
dude.
Go
I'm
home.
trying to
Watch
think if there's like, has there been any good ones recently?
Yeah.
You know what's an amazing one? There's an ASAP Rocky music video.
Yeah, LSD.
Well, LSD is cool, but it's not that one.
I know. I think I know the one you're talking
It's
about.
the one in like Russia.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking of
Taylor
in
Swift.
like Paris.
Huh?
I was thinking of another one. I guess ASAP Rocky's done.
He's got some bangers.
He does great videos.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
Oh, I thought the LSD. I thought the LSD one was sick. Britney Spears had some fucking bangers too. We did a music video draft one time, and Britney Spears had all heat. Maybe it's just because of my age and how horny it made me at the time.
Right.
But it was
A
fantastic.
Britney Spears music video.
She had some fucking bangers.
Toxic.
Toxic. That was.
Oh my God.
Toxic was an all time.
See this.
him over there.
Because she had the diamond. She had like a diamond bodysuit on.
Never knew I had an erotic fixation on flight attendants until that.
Right.
I've never
music video
seen
came
it.
out.
Really? Oh
The
my
only
God.
Britney Spears one I've ever seen is the Baby, right?
Baby one more time.
Hit Me Baby One More Time. Only because it was on SingStar 2 on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
It's like one of like 10 songs.
That one didn't do it for me. She was too young.
Well, I was probably like 8.
Definitely. It was
Hit Me
96.
Baby one more. Or, Oops, I Did It Again when the red latex suit for sure.
That was a
I think she's the
classic.
same age in that one.
No. That's a different album.
You might want to get your facts straight. on
Lucky.
that.
I
We
got
wanna
my
pull
facts
up
straight.
the age
See if
here.
Oops I Did It Again is on the same album as her
It would
debut
imply
album.
that it's not if she's done it again.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Baby One More Time was Oops, I Did It.
Yeah.
And then Oops, I Did It Again.
Oh,
is
interesting.
It's like another foray into doing it. See, that's 2000. Oops, I Did It Again came out in 96. Or Baby One More Time came out in 96.
Yeah, I mean it's 4 years, Harry.
Oh, interesting.
Those are a crucial 4 years.
Yeah.
She went from, entered her darker phase.
Well, yeah, she became of age.
Yeah.
She became a legal woman.
This was her Sergeant Pepper's.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever in your lives been a bad neighbor? Was there ever a time where you guys pretty model citizens? Were any neighbor disputes even, or like bad neighbors that you had?
Well, we had when we were editing the show, we actually got into kind of a neighbor dispute because we edited the show in New York at this the production company Gummy Films, which like helped produce the show. And while we were editing, come maybe 4 p.m., the next door neighbor would start practicing his DJ sets. And there were actually 3 different DJs in different rooms, all practicing at the same time.
Damn.
Completely different types of music, like reggaeton and then like deep house and then rap music. And it would just all start at like 4 and go until like midnight. And we were just like, this is insane. Like, how can we possibly concentrate? But we're ultimately kind of wimps, and we're just like, we're just not going to say anything. We're just not going to say anything because we're ultimately sort of pussies about it, and we're just going to sit and keep editing. And then over time, we got kind of used to it.
Yeah.
And then it actually was sort of nice.
You couldn't edit without it.
Yeah, we
it's
were
like Pavlovian.
Like,
Right.
where are DJs? Like, what happened?
And he's a really nice guy.
And then we met him, and he's a really
He's
nice
so
guy.
cool.
And we were like, okay,
Yeah.
it's not.
I
Gonna
guess
say
it's not
anything.
his fault.
Don't you think like why wouldn't they just throw some headphones in though?
It's a great question.
Right?
It's you know what? Yeah.
I guess you got to
Fuck.
practice how you play.
That's actually something we could have
Practice how
talked
you
about.
play.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or you guys, maybe you'd be like, why don't you throw headphones in?
yeah.
Right.
Right. Well, we had
headphones
on.
in.
Oh, and it
doesn't
was-
matter.
Oh, it
Permeated
was
the can?
And then, yeah, it's funny. There was like this this French news outlet that wrote something about neighbors, and they said something about. I translated it, and it was talking about how like the edit felt like gabber music. And then I was just like, well, that's probably because we were just
were
listening
listening
to
to-
that
yeah,
shit.
just-
just like-
yeah.
Like you use some of the is it like what is that lens? It's like a fisheye, or is it like
It's
a
a
360?
360, yeah.
360, and it's just like it just makes it feel very like unique and proprietary.
Cool. Yeah.
What's the thought? Like why that? It really pops in the first episode when you're like on the beach and you're just like seeing like the entire world.
Yeah, totally. I had been using those cameras for like the videos Dylan and I were talking about, before doing Neighbors. And I'm just obsessed with that camera. And we just get so excited about it because you can just manipulate wherever the camera goes. You can animate the camera basically after you shoot it. It's really, I don't know.
What kind of camera is it?
It's just a 360 camera.
Is it like the GoPro one?
We use the Insta 360 and then we use the GoPro Max.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like I've watched YouTube videos of DJ sets where they have that, and you can just like while you're in the video, you can like see it just capturing everything simultaneously.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's fucking sick.
I think also like we were always wanting to actually film a real confrontation with one of them because we had done videos where
to get both sides of the confrontation.
Exactly. And so that confrontation with the auditor was really exciting.
It's very Coen Brothers of you.
Oh yeah?
Well, he doesn't do the over the shoulder shot for dialogue. He puts the camera right in the middle of the table.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow.
How do you know them?
Which one?
I'm sorry?
Answer all the questions.
Which one does that?
Excuse me.
Well, you said the Coen Brothers. I'm just asking which one.
Yeah, I can't.
They both put
Johnny?
the camera.
Dude, I love the Coen Brothers.
Yeah.
They're the best.
Yeah, they said about it that they always wondered why anyone would think that's not how, like, that puts you in the conversation.
Yeah.
Right.
'Cause when you're having the conversation, you're only seeing the other person.
Yeah.
Right.
So in those dialogue shots, but everyone else in film always does it over the shoulder.
Right. Yeah, totally. Over the shoulder kind of feels film schooly or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Get a little-
Just set it down. Lock
Did
it
they
in.
do No
Yeah.
Country for Old Men?
Yep.
Yes.
I just rewatched that this week.
Dude,
Banger.
that movie
Such
goes
fucking
so
heat.
hard.
Rips.
Yeah.
So fucking
I
good.
love that movie too. Like, there's just like so much of it is like there's no dialogue. You're just
Yeah.
like tracking a guy. Like the whole beginning with him trying to get the money and the dog is chasing him.
Yeah, it's just like kind of quiet.
Yeah.
and just like still.
impending doom the whole time.
Yeah.
It's just dread.
That's
It's
Cormac
following.
McCarthy. Did you guys read the book?
No.
Yeah, of course.
Is the book really good?
It's unbelievable.
Dude, I've never read anything by him, but I heard he's kind
Start
of
with all the
man.
pretty horses.
I had to
Really?
read the
My
book
favorite
in
book
high
ever.
school.
Wow.
I had to read the book in high school and I didn't. I watched the movie.
Yeah.
Apparently there are some major differences.
They caught your ass. I know your teacher
yeah.
was. She left some fucking
Yeah.
dangling questions on that test.
You had to read the book for school.
For school.
Right.
And
You
I
were
was
like-
like, well, I'll just watch the movie. It's supposed
Right,
to be
dude.
great.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah. And then I was just writing shit directly based on the movie. And like, obviously the movie is probably more famous than the book at this point. So like the teacher was like, this is clearly from the movie and not the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to think. I can't remember what the differences were, but stuff with sugar, I think. Boy, haunting villain there.
I think I did that with Julius Caesar. I think I we were like, it was like a Latin class where we're supposed to like learn about the history of Julius Caesar, and I was just basing it all off the play, the Shakespeare play. I don't think Et tu, Brute is like that's not history. That's
What else?
Shakespeare.
I know. Sure, you're kidding, but like to opt for a play.
Yeah, it's
I'm not
honestly
gonna read the
impressive.
book. I'm going to read the entire Shakespeare works in iambic pentameter. Committed to memory.
I don't have the
Yeah.
time to
Harder.
read this fucking thing. I'm gonna read the play instead.
Alrighty, folks, let's talk about Factor. Somewhere between the first warm weekend and realizing short season is getting close, eating well stops feeling optional. Factor is how I stopped letting a busy schedule be my excuse. Fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs. Ready in 2
Let me
minutes.
just jump in here. I've been loving Factor. A little personal endorsement. I love the chicken. I feel like it really knocks
Which
my
one?
I can't pick.
Just
If you're
all
try,
the
if
chicken?
you want to make me pick between my favorite Factor chicken entrees,
'Cause I'm a fan of the shredded chicken taco bowl, but
I like
you
the chicken
just
breast.
said the chicken.
If I
so
can
I'm a
just
little
leapfrog
lost
on
there.
top of Roan's jump in for 1 second, the thing that I like the most about Factor is it allows me to know that my ingredients are portioned correctly without needing to do all the difficult cleanup and annoying.
Yeah, I think
what it
mine would
is.
probably be the no refined sugars, no artificial sweeteners, and no refined seed oils, but whatever floats your guys' boat. Factor has quality functional ingredients, including lean proteins, colorful veggies, whole food ingredients, and healthy fats. Their meals fit your goals and schedule healthier eating, calorie management, more protein. Head to factormeals.com/sun50off and use code sun50off to get 50% off and free breakfast for a year. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Make healthier eating easy with Factor.
I have one time in my life that I think, or I'm sure I was a bad neighbor, and I was 8 years old, and it was when I was first left home alone by my family. Like that's around the age when you're like left home alone. It was like during the day.
8's pretty young.
Yeah, it's pretty young, but
I think,
cool.
You were left alone 8 years old.
yeah, at home.
Let's dissect that for a second. What was happening?
A lot of fighting going on in my house, and I think it was like the first time that like intrusive thoughts come into your head because you're like in the freedom of your like 8-year-old mind and body and stuff like that. And the newspaper got delivered in the morning, and it was like a weekend day. And I don't know why the intrusive thought came in, but I was like, what if I go get the newspaper ass naked?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
And I fucking sprinted down the driveway ass naked and grabbed my own newspaper as like an 8-year-old boy. And like ever since then, I just have always just been like, why did I ever do that? And then I'll put myself in like the position of like my Asian neighbors of like, if they're just like cracking the fucking, the blinds to just see
an 8-year-old
a little naked 8-year-old boy like sprinting as fast as he can to get the paper and like dodging back through the door like breathlessly.
Well, did your dad do that? Was he like a big go out, get the paper?
Naked?
Yeah,
Sun-
he usually,
sun the
I guess
penis
that
a
makes
little
sense.
bit.
Right.
That's beautiful, though. That's beautiful. I think I think that's just it's a beautiful child's mind, right?
It's just a nasty,
It's
wild
pure.
child's mind. It's just
It's
like
cool.
running around ass naked that young. But I like, yeah, I think I'm a little bit unburdened. I think by getting it off my chest, but just an absolutely vile behavior,
I
just
appreciate you sharing that with us.
subjecting the fucking neighborhood to like a naked child to child pornography, basically, just so I could satisfy my little impulse.
The last episode of Neighbors, the finale, I don't want to spoil it too much, but a lot of it takes place in a nudist community. So there's a lot of nudity, and that the reason we know that it feels good to sun your genitals is because we did it.
We did.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
we filmed nude a lot of the
We had
time.
to.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's crazy.
I was like totally new to the boom pole. Just
That's the most
bearing it
vulnerable.
with my trunk out. and
What
the
job could you
vest
have that's
on.
more vulnerable than
Oh my god!
It's true. I was lucky because I hold a camera and we have like a
rig?
like a cine saddle, so I like sort of can cover my balls and
I was
stuff.
just like spread eagle just naked for like hours, like staring at our subject just with my dick out and recording them.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it was
but they're
insane.
naked too, so it's all
Yeah, so
it's
it's all
better.
good.
You know,
It's all good.
better.
Are you guys allowed to say how many episodes the first season is?
6?
Yeah,
6?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
There's 2 more.
In
Hell
nudist
yeah.
colonies, are there like wayward boners that like just like pop up? Or is that something that you guys clocked at all, or do you just avert your eyes and just keep it on the subject for the most part?
We mostly try to do that.
It's like the eye I've never experienced such incredible eye contact. You're so locked in. You're like, go down for just a second. You can't. You're so locked. So
Truly, just you're really looking at people's faces.
yeah, totally. And sometimes that happens, and there's protocol in the communities where you basically you're supposed to carry around a towel with you everywhere you go because you can't
To
sit
sit?
on the surface.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's called a butt rug. And so you carry around your butt rug. And so if in fact you get a erection, cover the erection with the butt rug.
Is the same thing apply to women with, say, like engorged labia? They show signs of arousal, or they? I just want to make sure we're.
Yeah. But
It's equal.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
even Steven.
Why are we punishing men because it's more apparent?
Right?
Is it
But
for
a lot of guys didn't. I feel like they're really like a lot of these nudist communities are like, unless it's a community of swingers, which there are. A lot of these communities we were filming in are like very. Nudism is so unsexual to them. So like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know if we saw one boner. Honestly, I wanted to.
Of course,
Of course,
It's
there's
kind
no
of the-
boners.
Going on a safari and not seeing the lion.
Yeah. It is definitely a little bit more interesting if it's just a bunch of non-aroused nudist people.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. I mean, they're like, there's basically 2 schools. It's like the lifestyle, which are the people that are nude for like polyamory and they just want to have sex all the time and that kind of thing. And then there's like the naturists or the naturalists who are like almost religious about it. And they do not want anything sexual to be happening within their nudist world. I mean, you can go home or whatever and have sex if you want, but being nude is not sexual. That's like a really important thing for a lot of the nudists that we filmed with.
I always used to want to do some kind of like small documentary on people who have gymnophobia, which is never nudes. People who are like,
wow,
who are like,
interesting.
yeah, you honestly probably do have like a little bit of gymnophobia.
Like
oh no, I'm just like, yeah. I mean, yeah.
He showers with pants on.
Yeah, no, I don't do that.
No, you said your penis hasn't seen sunlight.
No,
Right.
never, never.
Really never.
Probably never will.
Right? It's okay.
No, it's okay. That is interesting though, like how much people don't like to be naked. I mean, a lot of these people we met, like, they just hate also the feeling of clothes on their skin. It's as simple as that. But I guess for the other people, it's just like, you know.
Is it intense shame? I wonder if there's like a religious thing to it, or what could be the impetus for severe gymnophobia.
Well, it's maybe a religious thing. Or
yeah. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I get never nude more than I get nudist. Because like never nude, like most of us are pretty much never nude. Unless from when like it's not like, do you guys go home and just immediately just naked? No.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do.
I think Harrison.
It's a spectrum.
You would consider yourself a nudist.
I'm a nudist. I'm actually could become a nudist.
Really?
Oh,
1,000%.
you're like 2 degrees from
really?
a full-time nudist.
So you get home and you're like, I got to get naked now.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah. But Dylan, not a nudist.
Not a nudist.
No.
Not a nudist.
I'll go shirtless in my home if I'm hot.
Right.
I find it's much cooler for me not to wear.
See, I'm like the shirt's the last thing that leaves the body for me.
Really, pants off?
I'd walk down 7th Ave with my cock out before I walk down with my shirt off.
Interesting. Oh, that's so interesting.
You do that?
No, I don't. I don't do that.
So you've done this, right? Okay.
But you might do it.
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
By the time is the towel? Is it for like skid marks or for butt sweat or catch all?
Both.
Yeah.
And if you can't, do not use a white towel, because whether you you can clean yourself down there as much as possible, but throughout the day it will become a skid mark. Just
Might
like
get a
it
skid
looks like a
mark.
car
Wow.
crash happened.
That's
on that
unfortunate.
Did that happen? Is that a personal experience type of thing, or
Thing. We've seen it.
We have seen it.
We've seen it on the butt rugs. Yeah, for sure.
But it never happened to us. You know,
No,
we clean
no.
ourselves properly.
Right.
of course.
So what do you got to go with? Like a black,
Black or gray.
Well, it's funny. You're
I'd go
when you were
brown.
younger.
So, I never thought about that. That's interesting.
Seems like a sort of poop brown color towel would do.
Dark, sickly, green, brown, with some red blood
Okay,
streaks.
dude. I don't know. Okay.
I don't know. Depends on what day it is. You know?
That's not what you guys have.
Depends on if I'm coming from jujitsu. Right? I mean,
what you ate beforehand. Yeah, that's fucking. Well, they must have learned it, and there must have been a nasty learning curve for that, or maybe it was quick. Maybe it's just like one skid mark. That you see
Yeah,
at the
could have been
news
first
colony.
day.
Right.
This is unacceptable.
Yeah. Sort of vibe kill immediately. It's like,
Yeah.
that's a skid mark.
you
Should
were
we
in
stretch the legs, go for a walk? Oh shit, we all shit ourselves.
You guys were in the community for 2 weeks filming.
More than that.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did like my girlfriend she's the casting director on the show. Her name is Harley Shaw. She and I went down there. We did a scouting trip for probably 2 weeks or so. And we were trying to film another story.
Mm-hmm.
So I think collectively in the nudist communities, we probably spent like probably a month and a half.
Yeah.
2 months, maybe, like collectively. Like,
Yeah.
and that means like going and not filming, because we didn't film. We had to do these trips where we just like obviously like met people and hung out and were naked with them and gained their trust for like a while. You know?
Yeah.
You just had to be naked among them to show that you were harmless.
You have to. I mean, it's sort of like
To show you're not preying on their community.
Right. To show that, we're harmless.
You're not horny.
Oh, you
for
don't
them.
have your butt rug? Here, borrow mine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably
no,
tough.
I'm okay. No, seriously.
No, use it. I got extras.
Yeah, you probably can't roll in just cameras filming day one.
Pants on.
Yeah, pants on. Pants on. Pants on. But you know what you're describing, the shirt, no pants, we call it poo bearing.
We call it poo
Oh,
bearing.
yeah, of course.
right.
Yeah, poo bear that shit.
Is that okay? Is that okay to do?
That's actually
Eventually-
super okay.
Yeah, we kind of worked our way up to that. Where it was
yeah.
like,
You
okay.
earned a shirt.
I felt like at a certain point we earned shirts.
Yeah.
We earned shirts.
But you have to have your cock out no matter what.
It's kind of like there are there's kind of there's a bunch of different communities in this place called Pasco County, Florida. It's the nudist capital of the world. And each community has its kind of different flavor. Some of the rules in some of the communities are just stricter than others. And so they have places in the communities where it's like, you just have to be naked. You know, it's like near the pool or by the jacuzzi or like any kind of thing like that. It's like, you have to be naked. And then, you know, it's just kind of a vibe thing too of like,
Show you're not wearing a wire.
huh?
Just to show you're not wearing a wire.
Right,
Right,
Got the
right. Yeah.
cock
that
dangling.
was a nightmare for me to mic everyone naked. It was like, insane.
Yeah. What did you do? Or you just
I would-
boom exclusively?
Yeah, I would boom, but a lot of our stuff we like doing sort of verite style. So we put people far away in film. So and you know we try to like not always be right in everything. So I would have to basically take like bandage tape and like you know depending on what the angle was, I would like do it under their armpit or like you know in between their thighs, and then run the wire up over behind their ear and then like into their hair and then into the hair like down by their forehead.
You were putting it around their thigh as
Yeah.
their ass naked, just
Yes.
kneeling, cock
Yes.
next to ear.
Damn,
Yes.
I have a photo of Dylan
Yes.
miking up someone, one of our subjects, just totally
And
nude.
it,
And
you
it's
know, just the
amazing.
sack's just like right on my head. And I'm
Yeah,
just
just
getting in there.
he's just getting teabagged.
Yeah.
I went to a bar in Key West called the Garden of Eden, and it's like for the first 3 stories it's a normal bar, and then on the 4th story it becomes like a nudist party after night, no phones and stuff like that.
That's really
Interesting.
cool.
It is nice, and like, but it is like a much older crowd. Where nudist colony, like older, skewed older.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's mostly older, and then there are like, you know, there's some young people that trickle in, but it's mostly older.
Are there any attractive people?
Definitely.
Really?
Definitely.
There's a couple, yeah, for
Yes.
sure.
What?
Yeah.
I wonder.
It's probably the
just
best
feel
place to
like-
be attractive. Did you
Yeah,
just slip your
right?
shoes off?
Yeah, they were hurting my feet. All this talk.
I wish I knew that.
Making me feel overdressed.
Before going in, that it could be a shoes off podcast.
Yeah,
It sort of
yeah.
feels
Very
weird.
overdressed.
Yeah. I actually like your shit. Your whole outfit's great.
Yeah,
outfit.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Great
very
fit.
kind. That's makes the 2 of you. Everyone else hates my fucking clothes. But we'll go shopping.
I feel like you guys actually have similar style.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
could well be.
Yeah.
Could well be.
Definitely.
Yeah. You ever heard of Japan?
Oh yeah. Oh baby.
They got the goods, brother.
We got the goods. We were
They
just
are
talking
on-
about Japan yesterday.
We
love
I
Japan.
want to go so bad.
Yeah, same.
Would you guys ever do like international neighbors?
Dude, it would be so awesome.
Absolutely.
That would be sick.
I like the idea that like a whole season is just subtitled.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's just it's like subtitled. But it's cool to think about truly like not to get too deep, but like like how do other countries deal with conflict? As
Yeah.
simple as that.
Yeah.
Boy,
you know?
that'd be
Yeah.
amazing in China. Because I mean, they
Yeah.
sound like they're arguing regular.
Right.
So to
Just-
get them like in an angry dispute, yeah.
And it's like the United States is pretty spread out, all things considered. So a lot of countries, European countries, way more on top of one another. And like that's why I'm always shocked. At, like you've the last episode's in Texas, and like my thought is like Texas. It's your property, live and let live. You just do whatever you want. But people really have like opinions about other people's stuff where it should be like the, you know, land of the free type of deal. But like seeing other people in different environments on closer quarters would be fascinating.
But
Oh yeah.
you learn from the first episode that there's almost no amount of land that could
Right.
exist where you wouldn't still be bothered by a neighbor
Yeah.
because they were riding horses to see each other.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's as fucking rural as it could get.
Yeah.
I still found a way to hate
They
each
were a
other.
mile away from each other.
That's
They were a
crazy.
mile away from each
Mile.
other. Yeah.
That one got us so excited. Just like they are truly like out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like they are.
And they both moved there to be in the middle of
For similar
to have
reasons,
no
right?
neighbors.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
unreal. That must have been brewing for so long. Like to get like in a beef that's a mile away.
Yeah.
Like they must have been like just like looking down each other from far
Looking at the
away.
horizon,
Yeah.
seeing if there's like a
fuck?
figure.
Yeah. Binoculars out.
Yeah.
I'm taking my horse over there.
That is kind of the vibe,
Yeah,
though.
it is.
They're like, "Yep, see over there? That's his house," and it's like a speck, and you're like, "Right,
Right.
But then how they both were like they had the exact same interests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? What, like World
Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Dragons.
Yeah,
We probably would have played a bunch by now.
Yeah. Yeah, they were
I
like
thought that was really sweet that they finally admitted to some
Oh,
common
yeah.
ground.
wasn't one of them like complimenting that they were like he's actually very talented in Dungeons and Dragons.
yeah. He is a dungeon master.
Yeah,
Both
yeah.
dungeon masters. Yeah.
I heard he's a dungeon master. If it was cool, we would have played. Unfortunately, not. He has a gate. Yeah, we really wanted them to play Dungeons and Dragons.
No, that would have been
We
so
wanted it
good.
so bad.
You shot some of these a while ago. Have you kept up? This is a corollary to my earlier question, but have you kept up with any of these people and have any of them resolved anything? Again, don't answer
Yeah,
it
for
if,
sure.
if it gives it away.
I think some have just like the fire has dimmed. I would
see.
say. I don't know if it's like resolved. Like I don't know if they like love each other, but I think that the fieriness of the dispute, because I also think, and I think our show sort of does something where like both sides get to kind of exercise their anger at the same time, and I do think it kind of takes the temperature down.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
At least for a bit.
a little while.
Yeah.
Was there you highlighted in the one with the two women in the little strip of grass?
Yeah.
And then also the Vietnam vet and the guy, I can't remember their names, I'm sorry, but that everyone was like had guns and that there were life threats. Was there ever a moment where you thought, boy, we're close to a murder here, like we're in danger or anything like that?
I don't think like we ever. I think the time where Victoria shows us her gun and she
Yeah.
just like doesn't know.
can't handle it.
She's like, it might be loaded. I think it was like the closest we actually felt to like us being in harm. Because like that's like the scariest thing is the gun to accidentally go off and like
Yeah.
kill one of us. Like when that was happening, I just imagined the headline like of just like film crew. Like someone in a film crew died because a gun went off, you know?
Yeah.
But
She just like pulls it out of a drawer. Like it's not in like a safe.
It's like-
No, it's under a sweater in her closet.
yeah, and she
And she drops it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the scary. I mean, I think when Johnny like threatened us in that moment, like I think we were like freaked out. But in terms of like them actually hurting each other, I think we were never honestly like, this is gonna get to that point. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
It felt dangerous because like when Victoria's like throwing the bushes, we're like, wow, it's a real physical thing she's doing. But we were never like, they're actually gonna go over and like shoot each other, you
Yeah.
know? It's sort of a
Yeah.
threat. What do you say?
I guess they also know they're being filmed, so that would be a pretty bold,
Right.
pretty bold
true.
move. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
True.
kill the neighbor.
Wait till season 50. It's just, the world has yeah, exactly.
Like, well, we got you mic'd up, and there's cameras everywhere.
Right.
But I kind of would, as a like, if I was making a film about that, I'd be like salivating a little bit, like a little bloodlust.
Right.
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 Not blood, but maybe like a warning shot.
Yeah, or
you
like
know?
graze,
Like a
graze.
pop in the air.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Something like
Why don't
that.
you just fire it once?
Yeah.
Yeah, you ever egg
Not
it on
at
a
them,
little bit?
obviously. If you wanted to. No, I mean, we have to constantly check ourselves when we're making this show and remind ourselves that we are filming with real people. Like, because
Yeah.
I think it's really easy when you're making documentary to be like, this is the story we're telling. This is where we want the story to go. And I think every day we're constantly checking ourselves, like, what are these people actually doing? What are we following? You know, like,
Yeah.
so it's a constant negotiation.
Is there like, are there plans for what you guys are going to do next? I'm sure that this has opened up a lot of opportunities. I'm sure a lot of people love it as much as we all do.
Well, hopefully.
We hopefully can do it again.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Do it again. Run it back.
No word
Hopefully
on
get a pod.
no
guys.
word.
A couple more
Get a
pods.
podcast.
Yeah.
Podcast going.
Well, you could do what every other sitcom actor has done and just start a podcast talking about the episodes. I don't think it would last very long.
Yeah, exactly.
6 half-hour episodes.
No, hopefully we'll do another season, and hopefully this show, I mean, we want this show to last as long as it can last, and like we always imagined it as the next Cops.
I was literally just gonna say, like, I could
That's
see it being
cool.
like a Cops, like,
Yeah.
where it just is always on,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just keep running it, so
and it's like every episode, it's like I have an idea of what's gonna happen, but it's gonna be great regardless.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it gets us excited to think about like taking on, reality TV as something that's kind of become sort of a little soft and kind of cooked a little bit. Like it just feels a little like overbaked. And I think bringing realness back to reality TV again and like bring the doc approach to that kind of thing, I think is exciting for us. And there's so many different types of like subgenres of reality television that we think we could, have fun doing.
Yeah.
Like bring that kind of like rawness to,
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yes. Well, dude, thank you guys so much for coming on. This was so fun.
Yeah, this was
having
awesome.
us.
You could just tell because we're gushing, but we're just all such big fans of it. And like, I want to see as much of it as you guys are ever allowed to make.
Oh,
That's nice. Thank you
Really
guys
good.
for having
Yeah,
us
thanks
on.
for
This was
having
so
us.
fun.
Really fun.
Yeah,
We
thank
could
you
just
guys.
keep doing this for another 4 hours.
Right? Come on,
Yeah.
right?
A little fake job. Like you guys are in an editing bay, fucking eating shit. Like we're fucking
Yeah.
doing absolute bullshit.
No,
over
you
here.
guys are making change in here.
You're changing the world.
Fucking,
You're
you know
changing
you
the world.
You're helping.
We're changing the world.
You guys are
This
fucking
matters.
important.
Okay. It's cool that you guys are capturing other people, but we're people.
We're to be
We're
captured.
living what you're filming, I guess.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate it.
Cool.
Thank
Yeah.
you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Check out Neighbors on HBO.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Please check it out.
Please.
Please watch the fucking show.